Welcome to the channel. I'm Nick, aka Dad. Usually Monk's here, but she's at school today, and we're here in the garage because the temperatures have decided to drop here a little bit in central Illinois. So thought we'd get out here into the garage, show you one of our new things that we're going to put on the Bronco. We're looking to get some more protection for our Bronco when we're on the trails. So we've turned to our friends over at Turn Off Road and gotten a set of their taillight guards just to protect our taillights when we're going through the woods. Don't want to get any scratches, break a taillight from a limb or anything like that. So what we want to do is we want to go in and show you a little bit more of what the product looks like, tell you what we can see by their quality on it, and then towards the end we're going to get into the installation on how easy it is to put these things on. For both of them, should only take an hour. Nice thing is they do come in a set. So as Monk would say, let's get started. Well, the first thing I can say is I've always been impressed when I get a box from Turn Off Road like we have here. They've always done a really nice job of protecting the product you're purchasing and really wrapping it really well. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Now, the one great thing from Turn Off Road is the way they package their products. When you order something, you want to arrive like you think it should. And the great thing is they wrap these things in kind of a foam rubber. Everything I've gotten from them so far has been wrapped in this, whether it's a small product or all the way up to the bumper we put on not long ago, which we'll post a link up top. You can take a look at that install. But when I order something, I want it to arrive in one piece and not dented and scratched and that. So it's really nice that they take the time to wrap these things. So let's get this unwrapped, show you what it looks like. All right, so here it is, the light guard from Turn Off Road. Now, at first glance, this thing is really well made. I mean, the steel is about 3/16 of an inch thick. You can see all the welds, really nice looking welds. I am not a welder, but to me, they look really nice. And the powder coat is really smooth. I mean, has a little bit of a texture to it being all black, but you know, it's not a thick powder coat, but I think it'll do the job. And especially here in Illinois where we get salt in that, probably in a year or so, I can give you a review on what this is gonna look like after next year's winter. Now there's some other really cool features to this guard that they've come out with at Turn Off Road. So let me show you a little bit more on why we chose this taillight guard from Turn Off Road. All right, now the reason we went with this is not only that it looks good, but there's no drilling into the body. It's not just stuck on with some 3M double-sided tape. They've got a really cool bracketry system that you can put directly onto the body of the Bronco, and it won't really change the appearance of your Bronco, at least not real noticeably anyway. There is some cutting involved, but it's not to any metal. It is to some plastic, which we'll get into in the install. That was one reason I went with this, because it is a bolt on to your Bronco, not stuck on. The other thing I really liked is right here up top. Try to get a good view of this. You've obviously got this really cool kind of cutouts, you know, letting water through and that, nothing standing on top. But you've got these holes, you've got 4 of them here. And the reason I went with this is because you have the ability to put on rear lights, whether it be reverse lights. You could put maybe some chase lights on here, just some more lights for your Bronco. So if you're doing some off-roading at night and you need to light up all the way around you, this is a great option to put them on the corners of your Bronco right here on the Turn Off Road taillight guard. And that's why we went with these Turn Off Road taillight guards. They've got some great features, they're really well made, and they take care of their customers by packaging them well and being there if you have questions while you're installing or even after you install. All right, let's get over and tell you a few of the things that also come in the box along with these taillight guards. All right, so besides having the taillight guards in the box, you're gonna get 2 brackets. So these are what bolts to the body and bolts to the taillight guard. So it is a direct connection to the Bronco. You're not stuck on with 3M tape. But that being said, you do get some 3M sided foam here. This is really for the taillight guard not to be hitting the body of your Bronco and leaving scratches. You also have an Allen wrench in here. You've got your bolts, your washers, all your hardware's in here. And by what the install says, should only take about an hour for both of them. So let's get started. All right, so to begin, we need to remove this trim piece out of the inside here, which has these two 10mm bolts, which we'll use a drive for that with an extension. And then you've got the fasteners on the inside. There's 4 of them, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Basically use a trim removal tool and a Phillips head screwdriver. Now, I've never had a lot of real good luck with these fasteners that are basically all over the Bronco. What I have found is that using light pressure with the Phillips screwdriver to get these screw heads to come out is about the best way. But if that doesn't work, if they just sit there and spin, or you start to round them out, go to the trim removal tool and just pry them out. All right, let me get back to this. Now that I've got all the fasteners out and the bolts out, we will work this thing out here. The top is the trickiest part. You got to kind of pop it around, and then you'll just kind of rotate it, slide it out, trim pieces out. And then we also need to get this bump stop out of here. So you're just going to unscrew it. Basically, it has little rubber. They're not really threads, but it does screw right out. We'll get that out of the way. Now we'll move on. So the next thing we need to do is remove that trim piece here because it is connected to what's next to the tail light. So we're going to need to drop the bumper a little bit. So we're going to use an 18mm to drop that to give us access to another, I believe, 10mm behind that trim piece. You're going to have to disconnect your fender flare as well because we'll need to pop that trim out because we need to remove this whole piece to do a little bit of surgery. Once you have your fender flare disconnected, now you don't take it all the way off, but probably these first 3 pins you're going to want to remove so you can get this flare flopping around a little bit. You're going to want to pull this trim piece here and it'll pop out from the body. You can pull from up here and pop it out. And then that 10mm, the reason we're dropping that bumper just a little bit, you don't have to disconnect it all the way, but just to get to a 10mm bolt straight down here, you might have to slide in your extension and socket behind here and then just unscrew it. So this will be the last step for us to get this trim piece off. Here's a better view of where that 10mm is at. Sits right below this trim piece here in that hole right there. So that's what we had to get out. But now that we have this off, we got to do a little surgery to this. And what I mean is we need to separate these 2 pieces here. And all it is really held on to the back here with some plastic. So these are actually 2 separate pieces anyway. We just need to make them permanently separate by cutting that plastic in the back. I would suggest using either some kind of Dremel or little hacksaw, something like that, because all we need to do is, like I said, is cut through this plastic right here on the back that supports it. Well, we're done with that. With this being 1 piece, now it's 2 pieces. I actually just use my Dremel tool, and you don't have to get real crazy with it. You just want to get through, as you can see, this plastic right here. You don't even have to get into the paint, but just get through that, and it'll separate the 2 pieces. We're going to keep this one, and we're going to replace the long, skinny one with a bracket. So let's get onto the bracket, show you where that gets installed. Once you get those 2 bolts out that hold in the taillight, you're going to use this bracket. This is for the driver's side. Has 1, 2 on it. And in your pack of hardware, you're going to have a bag that has some bolts in it, washers and lock washers. And there's only 4 of these button head bolts in that bag. So that'll be what we use to attach the bracket to where these used to be. Now these are a little bit tough to get in because you got to kind of have this at an angle. Now they do provide you with an Allen wrench here. I just grabbed one of mine. These are a 5/32 is what I just grabbed out of my toolbox real quick, and it fits this real well. But yeah, that is kind of tricky to get these started. Once you get the top one going, I didn't cinch them all the way down so I could have some room to move this bottom one if I needed to. But once you get one started, it kind of makes it a little bit easier to get the second one, especially when you're by yourself, to do this. So let's just tighten these up and we'll get on with this installation. All right, now that we got our support bracket in there, we're gonna get ready to put this on. But first, we need to take one of the 3M foam strips and we're gonna apply it to the outside little spot here that'll actually be pressing up against the body. So we'll get this adhered, and then we'll use 3 bolts out of the yellow bag that they also gave us, with washers, lock washers, and then another button head bolt. These are obviously a lot bigger, and there's 6 of them, so you can't get those mixed up with the ones we use for the bracket. Right, you can see we've got our foam installed. It's nice because you can wrap it around this little radius here. It was a little long, so I trimmed it off here at the end, but now all we need to do is bolt it up to the bracket. Now to install these button head bolts, this is actually a 5mm, and looking back, the ones that hold on the bracket, you can actually use, if I remember right, a 4mm is what it was. So if they are just millimeters, just easier to have, I guess, all your metric stuff out. But yeah, the ones that hold on the actual protection cage is a 5mm to get these all tightened down. All right, let me put the rest of the trim on here and show you what the final result looks like. Also, before you do final install with pushing all this and bolting this all down, don't forget to put this trim piece in, because it does go up against your 3M foam that you're going to have back here, and you don't want to pinch that and pull it off. So make sure you've got this piece in first before you tighten all of this down. Now when reinstalling, don't forget your bump stop. You're gonna want, also don't forget the screws that go down in here. We've got the 2 that go here, and then the 4 push pins or screw style pieces. Make sure you get all that back in there before you decide to close up shop. Now, a couple things to note when you're putting this all back together is that this panel down here may feel a little flimsy because you've got rid of this piece up here that actually connects in. Well, once you put this rubber seal back in, you've got a connection point here and here with those 10mm bolts, and then you'll be putting in one of those little plastic pins again, which then really makes that a lot more rigid. Doesn't flop around, so don't be worried about that. You will also not have these 2 pins to go back in because that plastic piece is no longer there that actually had the retention pieces in it. So those will be 2 pieces you don't use. If you can find, I've got my kit out here of like Christmas tree clips. You'll probably have to cut off quite a bit to fill those holes because you can't go all the way in because that bracket is right there. But doesn't really bother me too much at all. If I do want to, I'll figure out a workaround on that. But that's how easy it is to install the rear taillight protection from Turn Off Road. And again, you've got 4 holes up here that you can actually put in other lights if you want to. Some reverse lights, some chase lights, just some off-road lights to give yourself some more visibility when out on the trails. But that's as easy as it is. It doesn't take much time at all, except probably the biggest thing is getting that bracket in there, having go at a steep angle to get the bolts in. But other than that, you tighten everything back up, get your bumper back on, tighten it back up, and you're ready to hit the trails. Hey, thanks for watching our installation of the Turn Off Road taillight guards. It was a really straightforward process. It kind of reminds me of when we actually put in these new taillights. You had to take off about the same type of pieces just to get to that. So super easy to do. Should only take you maybe about 20 to 30 minutes per side, if that. And once you get one side done, pretty much tells you what you're going to need to do for the other side. So just flip flop this now, go to the passenger side, put on your other one, and then hit the trails. But as always, we appreciate you watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and wait for more tips and tricks that we find on our Bronco that you may want to use on yours. As always, have a blessed day. Bye.